Yes, those of you who have been following the news from Jamaica, you know that Fanton Mojah, yeah man, the Rasta man, yeah man, that he passed away, recently from a medical condition. Some people say that before he took his last breath, it's like he was pointing at something, but there was nothing for others to see. It was just Fanton Mojah seeing something and pointing, trying to say something, and then he just passed away. But I'm going to let you watch a video about Mutabaruka, in which it was this Mutabaruka, this Fanton Mojah, wicked, saying that saying Fanton Mojah doesn't represent the Rastafarians lifestyle. And Fanton Mojah was the only Rasta that wear tight pants. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. And they said that he was the only Rasta that eat pork and chicken, and they say he was a backsuit Rasta. So that's why him have big belly, because him eat fruit, him eat things where bald eat. So he wasn't really a Rasta, him just was using it for market himself. So today we are going to discuss something that sent shockwaves throughout the Rastafarian community. This is not just another disagreement between two public figures. This is about principles, culture, and whether an artist who identifies with Rastafari should promote content that many Rastafarians believe contradicts the teachings of the faith. I'm going to let you watch a video, and you're going to learn some things today. When Mutabaruka publicly criticized Fanton Mojah, known to many as the Fire King. Those of you who know about the music family, know about reggae music and dancehall, and you would know that the original fireman, most of you don't even know. It's not Capitan, it's a guy named Anthony B. Capitan is the one that, all of them are Rasta and them thing, that Capitan is the one that eventually, take it over, and you understand. But Anthony B are the original fireman. Before anybody talk about fire in a dancehall, reggae and anything, it was Anthony B, the man from Westmoreland. But Capitan a better marketer than him, so Capitan took it over. And that's how it is in a part of Rastafarian culture. All of them are brother and them thing there. You understand? So when Mutabaruka publicly criticized Fanton Mojah, his comments ignite intense debate. Fanton Mojah no longer here. Some people believe Mutabaruka was too harsh. Others applaud him for defending what they see as authentic Rastafarian values. Was Mutabaruka defending the faith, or was he attacking another Rastafarian publicly? Today we are going to hear the discussion for yourself. Listen carefully to the words, examine the argument, and decide whether this was constructive criticism or an unnecessary public rebuke. One thing is certain: this conversation goes far beyond music. It touches on morality, accountability, and cultural identity, and the responsibility of public figures who claim to represent Rastafari. And when them talk about Rastafari, them talk about Emperor Haile Selassie. Yeah man, the king, the emperor. That's the only country where the European them never conquer. Ethiopia. Yeah. And if you want to know about Ethiopia, trust me, they might even have a lot of church in Ethiopia where they have no electricity. And it light up on them thing where they build it out of stone. And guess what? A black people build it, and say white people from Europe say alien build it. Black people, for sure, is our ingenuity. That's why I tell you, say, as black people, I was talking, when I digress on them thing, I was talking to a Rasta man today. And the Rasta man say something, him say, I applaud me for what I am doing, and say, boy, I sound more like a Rasta, and say, me beat Babylon, I mean a Babylon and them thing. No, I don't beat Babylon, I just start the truth, and if you're a thief in police, I gotta expose you, just so it go. You know, you understand? Police not for licky and beggy and them thing there, you know, you understand? I'm not going to digress. Me talk about that another time and them thing there, because some people say, boy, sometimes you talk about things and I want to throw them off. It's when you just digress and start talking about something else. And because some people can't concentrate, you know. Like how I had digress. By doing that throw them off and them just lose them train of thoughts. So we don't want that. So we just want people to stay focused on what's going on. So throughout history, every movement has had moments when its leaders believed they had to defend its principles. Sometimes those debates happen quietly. Sometimes they publicly. Yeah, man. Sometimes they publicly have to come out and make statement about them movement, where everyone can see them. The disagreement involving Mutabaruka and Fanton Mojah became one of those public moments. Many people know Fanton Mojah as the Fire King, an artist whose music has often carried Rastafarian themes. Many also know Mutabaruka as a poet, broadcaster, and long-time advocate. But most people know Mutabaruka as a broadcaster, long-time advocate of Rastafarian philosophy and African consciousness. And don't forget, you know, Mutabaruka is a big PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, supporter, activist. Well, him say him no vote. And Mutabaruka big, them and promote the LGBTQ plus thing big, you know. Because Mutabaruka say, boy, them fi make them man and man married. I tell them a nigger and them thing, because tourism. So him say that to the Labour government, you know, so how kind of idiot thing that the government are going on. Me couldn't believe. So that's why Fanton Mojah, I'll ball him out with that. So when Muta publicly criticized Fanton Mojah, the discussion became much bigger than two individuals. It became a conversation about what Rastafari represent. Rastafari is love, you know. But hey, look here, Mutabaruka and them man, Mutabaruka is a controversial man. Them the man there, hey, him lie still, you know, whether or not you want to believe it. Yeah man, Mutabaruka one big liar. If this is the first time visiting the Jamaica Young Police channel and you haven't subscribed as yet, please consider subscribing. If you are already a subscriber but you are not receiving your notifications, please unsubscribe, then subscribe again, and make sure your notifications are turned on. At the present moment, it's only 172 people that subscribe to the Jamaica Young Police channel are receiving notification. Let me repeat myself. 172 people. That's, you know, the threshold that YouTube had put on the channel from their surrogates, from the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. Surrogates. That's in YouTube. And it started from a guy by the name of Omar Ibanks, a convicted drug dealer and a deportee, after he had exposed Mark Gumabir Golin in the killing of the PMP councillor Tyson. That's from when the channel has been under attack, because he had revealed the names of the people who had played an integral role in the killing of this man. And it go right back to the opposition leader, the big belly white man from England. So they had killed Tyson to give Omar Ibanks the seat. So he had exposed the opposition leader in an alleged murder case. So to those of you who have stood with this channel over the years, thank you for your loyalty and support. Many of you have watched the challenges this channel has faced over the past 2.5 years. Through it, we have remained committed to our mission of sharing our perspectives, encouraging discussion, and standing by what we believe is the truth. History reminds us that evil and wickedness may appear to prosper for a season. There are times when deception seems to win, and those who celebrate wrongdoing believe they have the final word. But history also teaches that lies are temporary. Lies are temporary. Truth as a way of enduring, and integrity as a way of outlasting deception. No matter how difficult the journey may become, we will continue to pursue what we believe is right and truthful. speak with conviction and encourage our audience to think critically, examine the evidence, and draw their own conclusions. Truth endures forever. Integrity endures forever. That is why we remain committed to this journey with you. They can't break us. Never. But as we say, the longest liver will see. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video.
A new track by Fanton Mojah, but too hot for radio host and cultural commentator Mutabaruka. A resulting exchange of barbs heating up the internet, and both possibly headed to court.
Well, the people not talk boy, I'll tell you. Come on, the people not chat boy. You come like you know that way. People have to talk boy, you have to set pattern the people chat.
He'd fallen off the radar, so Fanton Mojah dropped Fire King.
Tell them call me the Fire King. Man a real man, me no mannequin.
It verges on very raw, so wasn't going to sit well with someone like Mutabaruka, who might have expected more from the stronger DJ.
I mean, I hear these kind of songs all the while, even worse than that. But there's a video with a man who rapping made and talking about Holy Man your life from I know him. Lord, 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 Lord. That is what really is. That man I say, but wait, what is this? That's just a reach now.
Having seen the accompanying video, which he says is even worse, the opinionated radio host aimed some heat of his own at the Fire King DJ.
Him say him is a fireman, and everybody knows say, because it's not on Rasta say. People who don't even like Rasta, I say, what kind of video that?
His response was, this is a music business. You can't mix up music with religion.
Him set a precedence. Him say, and him look like what we would have call a bobo, a Rasta. And the whole world know, whether or not you have Rasta who do something, the whole world say, Rasta not involved with that kind of imagery. It's the imagery we are talking about, you know.
Specifically what imagery?
The imagery that is in the video with all these naked women almost, and he must slap them and all sort of argument, he must do this to them vomit. I mean, it's so gross that even a little daughter, I ask him, you mean really vomit? You know what I mean? So that strike a card. I didn't have to comment on it as a Rasta. As a youth, he must have to sit down and think. What is his conviction? Is his conviction maintained in his image and what he says over the years, that he can use that and elevate himself? Because I can tell you about many artists in Jamaica who is Rastafari, who maintain that vibes and still make it. So if him come off of the scene and decides that this is when come see, when was, I never noticed that in the all while, how him get entangled into that, how him get entangled and then entangle me into madness.
But other Rasta performing acts also known to belt out the occasional slack track. What about them?
The difference is this. No, it's not no difference. The reason is this, that we decided we're going to make a career shift, right? But when you make the career shift, you are now justifying it without your conviction that you did have. Come in, no Rasta man will do certain things and say, oh, Where, and him just do it. But him now come and talk about fire, whatsoever him call himself. Fire king.
Call me the fire king.
And because somebody say what kind of thing that now, him start to spew craziness.
We're clean. I will love people.
Muta known for speaking his mind, usually about politicians and preachers. Wayward Bubbles now added to the list. He insists he never mentioned Fanton by name when he took him to task. But Mojah taking to social media anyway with a broadside of apparently libelous allegations that also included references to former Miss World Cindy Breakspear and Bob Marley.
Ready to come talk, say you just locked down with you know. I'm put them kick off, you don't say freak boy.
I'm trying to figure out is where the brother come from. Where's this fellow getting this information? On what program of mine was he listening to when I said that me and the lady lock up in our room naked and Bob Marley come, Bob Marley look for me and me I try to take with Bob Marley man. Where get that from? And that me white woman me talk to.
Now him talk for the same just nude.
Where get that from? Me never go on tour yet. The man them who me and go play on tour, them can vouch. You say you see Muta? Yes, even the philosophy when me spoke that.
Mojah posting a video apologizing to
You know. I'm put them kick off, you don't say freak boy.
I'm trying to figure out is where the brother come from. Where's this fellow getting this information? On what program of mine was he listening to when I said that me and the lady lock up in our room naked and Bob Marley come, Bob Marley look for me and me I try to take with Bob Marley man. Where get that from? And that me uncle white woman me talk to.
Now him talk for the same just nude.
Where get that from? Me never go on tour yet. The man them who me and go play on tour, them can vouch. You say you see Muta? Yes, even the philosophy when me spout. It's not that.
Mojah posting a video apologizing to Breakspear and the Marleys Tuesday, but pointedly refusing to say sorry to Muta.
That lady has never done me wrong. So I'm deeply apologize for the argument them when me say. But Muta, me not apologize to you. Me say you carry me go a court. Go and go carry me go a court. And you first started.
Yeah, well, I'm going to apologize.
Is there something to the argument that Rasta as a concept is not fixed in stone? It changes and evolves.
Yes, everything evolves, brethren, everything. The philosophy and opinions, but it still remains a Black Power movement with a I tell you that already, it's a Black Power movement with a spiritual nucleus. But there's a evolution that taking place. There's interpretations that take place. But the interpretation, no matter where you interpret it, it don't lead you to that.
But doesn't Rasta have to engage with the commercial world?
But all the way.
And he says, listen, I was doing roots and culture. I was doing what people know
and it was working for him.
That I do.
It was working for him.
He says it wasn't. He hasn't had a hit song in ages.
No, but wait there.
And he needed young people to start to talk about him again.
Look at. It was working for him. Is him stop and go do something else, somewhere else. So him come back now and feel say, oh, this is how young people are this and this and that. But him claims him is a bobo. We cannot imagine me go away and come back and decide to go and do something else because this is right. We're not following trend.
Muta baffled by claims he says are plain crazy, but holding firm to his demand that Fanton Mojah make amends.
The Marleys, him go touch the Marleys is a no that. Well, you know, it is either him go apologize publicly to me or it never done. It never done. Him have to apologize. He's a liar we work with. It's a liar we work with. Defamation of character and slander. Him can't prove it. He never hear me call him sing the newspaper on the radio yet. Never ever. So it's defamation of character. My character now that you think that me and a woman lock up in a room, me go more the company radio come tell people that. And a madness.
In terms of what is said about people on the internet, it's like some people would be ending up permanently in court if they go after everything that's said about them.
No, well I say he must apologize to Mutabaruka. It is not my intention to carry him to court. It is not my intention to stop talk to him either. It is my intention to say, brethren, what is this that you're doing? You must apologize. So if he decides him to play the bad man and apologize to the big people them according to him, and me is just a little make nice Rasta out there, well, we're going to see.
I guess he could have said Muta is old school, he's old fashioned, Muta is way back when Rasta.
Old man, them not there with the time. I don't want to be one of those DJ against DJ and clash of DJ. I don't do that. He's a big man. We could have been father and not into no rivalry and not into no DJ clash with the eye. I want the eye to know say you have done Mutabaruka a wrong by coming on the radio and say all these things where you don't know about Mutabaruka, you never go on tour with me yet. You understand? With all these things that you say, you apologize to one somebody's name who you call and you don't apologize to me. That means you look down on a certain level. So it's just that. No animosity. No, we don't want a courthouse. But if it's courthouse, it's courthouse. But you have to do something to rectify the situation. Because me know, say, when you say, no go so. So just apologize and make we just say, what Mojo? You say go.
Jamaica people not hear Muta say he want sue Fantan. I'm a fling back the fire and know your bets.
Fanton Mojah talking tough for now, but an apology may be small price to pay if Mutabaruka follows through with his threat of legal action.
Yeah, you know, so if you have reached this far in the presentation, yeah man, just please type and tell us where you're watching this video from, because it's very, very important. And I tell you, say, yeah man, Mutabaruka speak about Fanton Mojah. You know, Fanton Mojah passed away. I'm say my fire king. Fanton Mojah, I first Rasta. Fanton Mojah, I first Rasta will come out and literally, not literally, yeah man, Fanton Mojah came out and endorse criminality. The Klansman gang and the one other and big wickedness and everything if you're Rasta. And it's unfortunate that his name was called up in one murder, Babasken, that one youth, Jamaican's son. Yeah man. So everywhere you go, Rasta them, not all of them involved in a killing of people. But you understand? So it seems like in a music business, violence, you know, if you're not violent, well, you cannot point any finger. I can't speak as a detective when it comes on to music. I not digress on them thing there. You never hear Sean Paul name call for kill nobody. You never hear Nitty Koche. You never hear Shaggy, Bounty Killer. I never hear Elephant Man either and them thing there. I know Beanie Man, whole heap of people Beanie Man kill. Whole heap. Plenty of people. Many people at Waterhouse. Plus my cousin. Buju Banton killed. I know Buju Banton killed Sebastian, Gilly Priest and Gilly Priest's son, and plus 6 other people allegedly up by Red Hills. So I'm involved in a killing too. And you hear we anyone that talks. So it's like the music, you never hear Mutabaruka involved in a killing anyone. So I forgive him as an elder. All you right will pass away and them thing, them soul rest in peace. And Brigadier Jerry and them on it, but you know, them Rasta, you know, bad man Rasta, and you understand what I'm saying, and let me say, Fanton Mojah, yeah man, I one of them Rasta there and them thing there, them on the heat, you know man, them on the love on the table, wicked, you know, yeah man, Fanton Mojah, for Rasta, hey, what you mean? That them say Fanton Mojah love on the table, you understand? Before anyone can understand the disagreement when they come on to Rastafari teaches or teaching, they first have to understand the principles. Rastafari is not simple about wearing dreadlocks. It is a philosophy. Most of these guys will claim to them are Rasta, including our Tony Rebel. Them are not really Rasta. Them are rascal. I can't say nothing about. I can't talk about the man them and them thing because based on for them background, them big in the white lady business, whether or not you want to believe it. if them never begin a white ladies thing, them only their own Buju Banton, and you understand what I'm saying? Buju Banton, because everybody knows that Buju Banton a big coke dealer. And I said that because I'm a convicted coke dealer. And Steve Marley, in their own Steve Marley, we know say Ziggy Marley back in the days he involved in a coke business. We have a policeman, him on the channel and them thing, and him talk about it from intimate point of view, from intimate information and all of these things. It's on the Jamaica young police. We don't tell lie on people. I know Ziggy Marley, you know. And even Luciana. Remember Luciana police, one I most wanted man in Luciana yard. Luciana is a Rasta man who me look up to, you know. Me love the man music, you know. Remember in a middle 90s, at them man me I tell them I blast them man the CD in my car. Still have them see here. Luciana. You never hear keep it on name call for kill nobody and them thing, you know, the violence and you understand. So you have only thing where them do them say boy keep it on is a man a hold man and take it, but I tell you, I just saw it go. But anyway, moving on. So remember say Rastafari is not simply about wearing locks. Buju Banton and a Rasta, Buju Banton a rascal. Yeah, the man is a Rasta. Me I tell you that, me a Rasta and them man me am more Rasta than man them man there. Me no eat pork and them thing and I me no kill people, me no murder people and kill people for them things. True, me no, I understand. Nobody know no secret for me, that's me have a pay man for kill them. Man a matches lane have secret for him. I would talk to them and them thing there, man from Spanglers. A reason being because it's how we live, you know. You say when there's certain things about you, people from all walks of life will call and talk to you. Tell you things intimately. Rastafari is a spiritual way of life. It emphasizes respect, self-discipline, African identity, moral responsibility, natural living, spiritual consciousness. For many Rastafarians, the body is viewed as sacred. Many also believe that entertainment should uplift rather than degrade society. Why Rastafarians reject slackness? You know, like nakedness, woman, you know, like how you say, woman a girl dance in a panty and all them. Rasta bonfire upon them thing there. And Rasta no believe, say, it's like how Queen Rima and them thing. They do a video about her pretty Rasta girl, you know. Yeah, one, she come from US Virgin Island. And then you have another one named Queen Amiga. Yeah, a real, yeah man, a real rebel, you know, man. You understand? My young thing, she not stay like Queen Rima because she bore her nose and a fair thing that. But them, you can't see them real, them cover by so Rasta. And Rasta and the Muslim faith kind of, them have the same kind of philosophy. But it's just that, you know, Rasta don't believe in a God and them thing they say. You understand? They believe a man a God. And Rasta know that there's a higher powers. Rasta no support no LGBTQ plus, like how you have Chronics and all of them guys and Coffee and Portage where them you know, either somebody cock up them body or take care of them, go make somebody cock that for them thing that they are not Rasta not in them thing, the Rasta bonfire upon them thing there. And when you talk about, hey, there's no Rasta, if you don't believe me, there's no Rasta where bonfire upon the team and them, like no Rasta. All the time them a bonfire say, oh, you can't. Me not say no Rasta with the team and music like Cape Town. Nothing no Rasta hate them like Cape Town. Call them nasty man, they Cape Town, man. Yeah man, I just say it go. So one criticism often heard within Rastafarian circles concern what is commonly called slackness. In Jamaican culture, slackness generally refers to music or performance that place heavy emphasis on explicit sexual content, vulgarity, or other themes considered degrading. Many Rastafarians argue that such content distract from spiritual growth and positive social messages. They believe music should inspire, teach, educate, not merely entertain. Because music is supposed to be a guiding vessel, you know. Whether or not you want to believe it, you know. You learn a lot from music, you know. I mean, I tell you that. Any youth any youth, teenager, you know, them early 20s, I hear them listen. You can't know a youth, a good youth. I hear them listen to Bob Marley religiously and love music. Good man, that. Good man and woman. Because them the music, they're pure. But I talk about the music, what am I doing now? I talk about music back in ideas. From like go back from Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, go all the way back. And Mr. Man, it may have some catalog and them thing from way back. People will listen to them kind of music, they know, so them pretty much right and track for and live a decent and ethical, moral and uplifting life. Many Rastafarians also reject pornography and sexual explicit media because they see it as conflicting with their understanding of modesty and respect for the human body. So it's like a girl like Shensi and Spice and all of them was skin. No, them Rastafarian them thing there. Not every individual Rastafarian interpret these issues the same, but many within the movement believe that commercializing sexuality can undermine dignity and spiritual values. Their concern is not only personal behavior, but also the influence such material may have on families and young people. Why Mutabaruka spoke out? According to this video that you have seen, the public comments at the time, Mutabaruka argued that artists who present themselves as representatives of Rastafari should be mindful of the message they promote. Because when you have a Rasta man, although him dead and gone, and you have woman naked and boy, you know, that's like you promote porn, you try. You as a Rasta and them thing, you know, show the people them say, boy, how the people them want to hear. You supposed to educate them, inspire them and teach them about the culture, how to be respectful of yourself. But him a go down to the decadent because he want to hit Rasta now in that thing there. As you understand what I'm saying? As Chronic saying, him do it for the love, him not do it for the likes. I just saw it go. Rastafari must believe, should be mindful of the messages they promote. Some listeners agree with him and saw his comments as a defense of the faith. Others felt his criticism should have been expressed privately rather than in public forum. That's what people say. If everybody like you, something wrong with you. Yeah, you understand? That difference of opinion became part of the larger conversation. And when it comes on to leadership and accountability, it's very, very paramount to anyone who, just like yours truly, I believe that every person's human rights must be respected. Every movement struggles with the question, who speaks for us? Who protects our values? Some believe respected elders have a responsibility to speak out when they think those values are being compromised. Others believe correction is more effective when done respectfully and privately. This tension is not unique to Rastafari. Similar debates occur in many religious and cultural communities. The exchange generates strong reactions. Some members of the Rastafarian community publicly supported Mutabaruka's position, saying he was defending principles they considered essential. Others defended Fanton Mojah, argue that the artists are human, can make mistakes, and deserve room to grow. The debate showed that even within a shared moment, people can disagree about the best way to uphold its values. The power of public debate. Yeah, public disagreement can have, three different effects. They can divide people, or they can encourage reflection, or they can unite people. In this case, many people who had never thought deeply about Rastafarian teachings began discussing what those teachings actually mean in practice. Whether one agree with Mutabaruka or not, the discussion prompted many to think more carefully about the relationship between faith, culture, and artistic expression. A lesson for all public figures. The broader lesson is not limited to Rastafari. Anyone who publicly represents a faith, profession, or community is often judged not only by what they say, but also by what they do. Public actions can influence how others perceive an entire movement. That is why questions about consistency between one message and one conduct often become topics of public discussion. So you have watched the video, you have paid close attention to the arguments rather than simply choosing side. Ask yourself, what values are being defended? What responsibilities do public figures have? No, Fanton Mojah is no longer here, but his message live on. How should disagreements within a community be handled? Can strong criticism sometimes serve a constructive purpose? These are questions worth considering regardless of where you stand. At the end of the day, this discussion is about more than Mutabaruka or Fanton Mojah. It is about how communities preserve their values while allowing room for dialogue, accountability, and growth. So you have watched the video. Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. Do you believe public criticism can strengthen a movement by encouraging accountability, or do you think that these conversations are better handled privately? Let us know your perspective. And as always, keep the discussion civil and focus on the issue rather than personal attack. And if you have reached the end of this, you know that you are not a goldfish. So you just type Rastafari. Live up. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.